The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. Okay. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful, awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss from that run-in for the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef, but I'll probably be a master chief, maybe? I don't know. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before me, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, and motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie, my well-kept beard, and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Oh, sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit could be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay. Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening shadowy presence. Battle scar from the night before, you prepare for the worst. Okay? It's a spork monster. Borkle?
It is I. I know I said I will be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you didn't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like to always look over your shoulder, or having to always look over your shoulder, rather. Monsters problems, am I right?
Oh, thanks, Borkle. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant monster in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode.
I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I was always a spork monster, you see.
Okay, why? What? Huh? I don't believe it. You were a human once?
Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day, some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed.
A magic spellbook?
Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way, I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and you should rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there.
It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. SighingSlider, together I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite. You can imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, well, it sounds like you're about to find out. Okay, at his home. It's a fancy home. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day could be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair up with something spicy, or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now that you got him right where you want him, should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret, just for you? I mean, you can keep it a secret. There's no point to it. Sure. I'm curious of what it is as well. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you My original coleslaw. Okay. I actually hate coleslaw. I don't know. I know a lot of people that love coleslaw, and it's obviously like a thing to eat fried chicken, KFC in particular. But I actually don't like coleslaw. I don't know. Doesn't taste good to me. Oh. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' ILYCS hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Oh, do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer him to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize now that will be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Okay. Pictures, I guess. I don't know what this is. A vase, a chicken. Sure, click on this. Okay. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's a drumstick that he's usually waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Oh, probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Okay. Yes? He's traveling on a camel? Except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Oh, maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices? Okay. And one of the framed photos shows an old man who looks like a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be choosing them. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Oh, it's open now. But I want to see more. What's this? Secret recipe? What number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? I mean, probably not. Probably not. Okay, here's a large urn. Inscription: here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures. Poor guy. Okay. I don't know if I should feel sorry for him, considering he is, at this point, incredibly rich. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? Must have been imported Colonel Sanders when he was alive. Okay. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state of bird of the great state of Kentucky." Okay. What's this? Oh, I thought it was like a drink, like a whiskey or something. But no, it's just a candle. Power tool. Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's blah blah blah. Okay, we found another one. I guess, part of the, meta game is to find all the ingredients, all 11 of them, and I assume that unlocks a special ending or something. I don't know. Here's a comb. Upon further inspection, you realize the hair therein isn't just silvery in color, it's actually made of spun silver. Amazing. And here's the outside. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and the mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on the quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now, Woods. Did you see him in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. Okay. It's forever forgotten. Well, I guess we can go inside now? You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet. Oh, it's a closet. I thought it was like another room or something, but it's a closet. You find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off his hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? No, I think you're being a little creepy. Me, I guess. I'm being creepy. Anyway. Before we can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. Tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. Hearts, oh no. I'm not sure that my big chicken dreams have left any room in my life for romance right now. Overwhelmed, you take the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, SighingSlider? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into slumber. Dream sequence. Okay. That's the same dream. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. I imagine, a few choices probably will get, extra points for him, but I don't imagine we'll probably get an ending that involves him, actually. I don't know. You think about the new secret ingredient that you just learned about. Blah, blah, blah. In some jurisdictions, blah, 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 is even legal. Is it human? I don't know. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. Ah yes, drumstick and biscuits. Again? It's meticulous. I guess it has butter this time, I don't know. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Take him down a peg, or flatter him. Let's be tsundere. Haha! It's good, but my mom made better, ha! Colonel Sanders' expression grows serious. Did your little jab land too hard? Colonel, I know what you're gonna say. I need to be better if I'm gonna leave my mark on this world. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, and the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got so worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... Well, now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you to speed in the saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You would not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been parting up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Okay, I imagine, in the decision whether or not to pick Clank or Pop to be her partner, she ends up with one of them. I don't know. Of course, I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Okay, I guess she has her own, dating sim story. That will never be really revealed, I guess, or something? I don't know. Well, I mean, she's revealing it right now, I guess, but we're not really playing it from her perspective, is what I'm trying to say. Well, did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Balling up the details your own way is just too much to bear. And I went on day 2, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam offers to support you, no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Hey, sprinkles is a dog and a treat. Oh, you can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick out someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, SighingSlider, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on a cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? SighingSlider, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. A broken nail is nothing to sneeze at. You know, I mean, people always... I feel like in a lot of fiction, you know, it's always like, oh, a girl complaining about like a broken nail, but actually a broken nail is pretty gnarly. Sometimes like it bleeds and it's pretty like hard to like get the... Especially if the nail is like only slightly broken, you know? And it's like really deep in, it's kind of hard to like pull it out, you know? I don't know. A broken nail is actually quite a grievous injury, is all I gotta say. Anyway. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. Was he doing complimenting her? What about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, SighingSlider, I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Or maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, SighingSlider. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Well, that's that's a typo, I think. What's that book? Looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. Grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency, as says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it will probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Can't you do something else, like anything else, not really dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger. Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Do we just use forbidden magic out right from the get-go? I mean, I would use it for something else, not like erasing my own memories. But it sounds fun, let's do it. You begin to recite the spell, but you stumble the words, and the only effect it seems to have on you is make you forget what you were doing. Oh, okay. Oh, right, after looking at the page, it comes rushing back to you. I imagine if we do it again, it'll just be the same thing. Yeah, okay. We can't do it after all. Oh well. I guess we can't do it. It's definitely feeling familiar, but not in a good way. Or can we? Or... Oh. Deep in your heart, you know that proceeding with the spell is a terrible idea. Like seriously, don't do it. Memories are important. You begin to recite the spell, but you stumble the words, makes you forget what you're doing. Look again. And nothing can stop you now. Can't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. Hold on to your butt. Drumstick. Biscuit. Just loading. You know the polka dots background kind of reminds me of a certain literature club. Anyway. Wait a minute. Did we just restart from the very beginning of the game? Oh, god damn it. Darn it! No! Well, that sucks. And you can't save and load either, right? Can we? I don't know. Okay. I don't know what this is. Huh. Interesting. We can supposedly load, but we can't now because I guess I erased my memories. So that sucks. Well, I guess we skip? Well, I guess we'll make different choices this time. I guess that was a weird... Okay. I guess I should have adhered to the warning because now I have to do this all over again. No! Oh, Grimoire. Oh. She doesn't seem to hate us still. I guess same dialogue anyway. Let's see. What's trusted concentration mirrors? Well, let's not cast the weird like restart spell this time. Okay. You know? It's probably a bad idea, so let's not do that. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement.
I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of.
His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Okay. He must be hungry, give him some old homework, or dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Sure. And I don't know if I should feed him homework. That's probably not a good idea. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on a cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside.
Terrence, I told you never to come back here, Terrence. I will destroy you, Terrence.
Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence?
You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again.
After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional, or professorial tone. Professorial... Never seen that word before. But I guess, based on... Like he's acting more like a professor now.
I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, SighingSlider, for reminding me to dull out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see?
But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language or mechanical noises. Oh no, you had to show off your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan. J&J forever. Watch us form a triangle mid-air as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzz bzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make a great date. And take Jeff and Joan with you. You can hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Dead beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps of his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Okay. Guess he's dead. No amount of seeing is gonna make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels and not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep friend footwear, I guess it looks okay. Or deep friend or deep fried? I think I read that wrong. It's kind of weird because sometimes the text box is like transparent. It kind of mixes in with the background, so it's kind of hard to read sometimes. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school.
Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam, trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you'll get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena.
But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. Or thing, I don't know. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say out loud, you don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. But you're not gonna sat up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe. Sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else you want to bring along. It's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first person, or rather, you're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make my very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, SighingSlider's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish becomes second nature to you and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. SighingSlider, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Yeah, fess up. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can smell that was made with a heaping helping of TLC. It'll probably start burning in a second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules.
There are no rules, except to cook with everything you've got.
You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping widely elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Also, I've noticed she's holding a butcher's knife, I guess. With a heart at the end. Amazing. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely going to go big, going small. Is that her thing? I guess that's her gimmick. I don't know why that's her gimmick, but I guess it is. Just makes everything really, really small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken. Copyright. Actually, what does the R stand for? I know trademarks is TM, but what does the R stand for? I assume like copyright. You know, some sort. Anyway. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air.
Egg wash.
Okay. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, faster blaster. That's her entire caricature. He's like her entire being is the fact that she's our best friend. That's just how it is. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Excuse. Pectorals are so intense that my throat becomes dry.
Let's rock and ride.
Okay, it was just some water actually. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Okay, just putting it out there. Even Clank gets in on it. 5 dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Oh, he can speak now. Amazing. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold.
We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all.
Self-destruct. Vanway quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out.
Is she gonna use some dark magic to turn the tide?
You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? I mean, obviously we should do it the hard way, you know, that's probably will get us the true good ending with Colonel Sanders and he becomes, you know, our one true love. Or we can fight fire with fire. Again, you know the last time I casted a spell, we had to like restart the entire literal game to get back where we were? I really regret it, but... whatever, let's cast this, let's see what happens. You take out your own spellbook and let your instincts guide you to a page you've never seen before. It's a summoning spell that will conjure up a spork monster. Now seems like a good time to add some chaos to the mix. Chaos.
Or chaos. You have summoned me, the broom cooking arena. So many fond memories of battling in this place in my old life.
In your old life?
I wasn't always the monster you see before me, no. But once I was but a student like yourself who attended this school.
Spork monster notices the book you're holding.
I see what's going on here. Things are going your way, huh? Been there, my friend. I try to cast a spell on myself to imbue my body with the powers of my favorite foods. As you can imagine, things do not go as planned. When spells say only cast in case of emergency, they mean it.
I'm kind of in a pinch here. Got any better ideas? The Spork monster's smile curls up mischievously.
Well, for starters, never cast spells on yourself. Cast them on your rivals. Just tell them who is giving you trouble, or rather just tell me who is giving you trouble, and we'll take very good care of them.
You motion to Ashley, and before you think better of this dastardly decision, he recites a spell that turns her into a chicken. Now a mere bird, she flaps her wings and glides off into the produce section of the arena, far from her station. Okay, gotta go, bye. Well, you turn her rival into a chicken. Uh-oh, this could be dangerous. You're immediately racked with guilt over this act of blatant transmogrification. You don't know what to do. It would be poetic justice for Ashley to live out the rest of her days as a chicken, and yet, that seems unspeakably cruel. After all, it's just a cooking competition. Yeah, I kinda like her though. Alright. You turn to the next page and cast a reversal spell. Chicken Ashley immediately transforms back into herself. Okay. Fuck? She's in shock and still exhibiting some chicken-like movements, but otherwise appears to be alright. Is it just me, or does the chicken seem remarkably fresh today? Right then you realize that Colonel Sanders witnessed your entire sabotage. He's not impressed. Oh well. I guess, well, that kind of like not makes things moot, you know? Your heart sinks as you think how much you might have disappointed him, and you ruin your chance of any kind of future together. Oh, ruin the good ending. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Give up and drop out. You made it this far, now you're gonna quit? Suit yourself! Game over. Okay, try again. Why is there a blank space in this transition? It's weird. Also, again, polka dots. Actually, I wonder what happens if we... Yeah, let's do it. Let's be evil. Let's let Ashley remain a chicken, even though I kinda like her. You know? Despite her, evil rival shtick. Chicken Ashley pecks around the base of some cabin tree, searching for some loose vegetables to eat. SighingSlider, how could you? Cheating on the final exam and I've been more disappointed. And here I was considering you for a place not only in my future chain of highly successful chicken restaurants, but also my heart. Without hesitation, he casts a counter spell from memory that saves her. There's such a thing as competing with honor, and this does not qualify. I no longer want anything to do with you. Game over. Okay. Well, alright. Darn it. I was hoping to change everyone into chickens, and then pursue world domination, but I guess not. I guess we cannot go to the dark side because Colonel Sanders is there to stop us from being evil. Alright. Well, time to do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. Wink. I believe in you, SighingSlider. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, SighingSlider, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. That's my shtick. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Oh, tiny food. Short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get an iron root from? Oh no, wait a minute. The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. Oh, as it turns out, that choice did have long-lasting consequences.
It is I, Steve, the Spark Monster.
Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
These Spark Monsters are many. I think Borko had a day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition? Oh, I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids, your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the Spark Monster, notices that you've got the Grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh? Yeah, I guess. You guessed it, sort of. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. When I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in Monsters School that I fell asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. Well, having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Okay, the same thing. Well, time to summon the extra power from deep within. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, SighingSlider, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupt my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off of the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful, because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven can't be served. But don't worry, dear SighingSlider, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides to have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But, Colonel Sanders, what about the tests? What happened to you? What about the rules?
Oh, following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. And also there's no rules. That's what Sprinkles said anyway, so. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting? If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete.
It seems we're missing some students. Pop, clank.
From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hey, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there.
Miriam, would you mind?
Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants.
Pop, get down from there right now.
Let me guess, did Violet have something to do with this?
When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks, clank. What did that pressure cooker roll off to?
You wait to hear a signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia. It's a funny word, but there's none.
Somehow he must have gotten unplugged.
I feel like I don't know how I can read that. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess.
We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester.
Wow, 3 whole days long.
But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish.
I made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. Delicious, except for the fact it's very small.
My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto Maki I spy offloaded's itsy bitsy bowl?
Yes, Chef.
Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just into his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl.
Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself.
And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thin bowl's worth of soup.
A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours.
Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, SighingSlider, for helping me believe in myself. Believe in me that believes in you.
Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish.
I made uni over smooth egg custard and axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar.
Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines for a second different color type of urchin?
Yes, Sprinkles.
A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand, doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans on to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose closed on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around.
Woof woof.
Please be gentle, my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkle goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back, his tongue is poked and prodded.
Yeah, my tongue.
The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't resist. He keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified.
A stunning turn of events. Yada yada, does it? Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected Van does not go gentle into the night.
Disqualified for glamour?
Oh, this isn't the last time you heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps a bowl of milk.
I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Okay. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up.
Step up, rather.
Now, describe your dish.
I made orange blossom Turkish delight, and a light rosewater syrup, top of French meringue, and connected by sugar glass.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempt to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Okay. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? It got toast in your ears or something, SighingSlider. I told you it's a display piece.
Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school.
Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral.
If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified.
Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. Well, people do cook dogs in some parts of the world. But anyway. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last time you heard of me either. Well, if this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together.
2 chefs.
Well, what began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese, again a little glitching,
has become something else.
He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl.
I don't have a good feeling about this.
From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays.
Just when I thought I've seen everything in my kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced.
It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. Amazing.
You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass.
Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. And also, by the way, just a fun fact. I like me personally, I can't eat mac and cheese for some reason. I don't know why, but I have a allergic reaction to mac and cheese. In particular, like I can eat cheese, and I can eat macaroni, like by itself, like some other like sauce, whatever. But like mac and cheese, somehow its combination like causes a weird allergic reaction in my nose. It causes me pain for some reason. I don't know why. It's weird. I don't know what to call it. It's just a weird reaction. Cheesecake also causes that for me. But anyway, you win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you're indeed an excellent chef. It's such a shame though, because mac and cheese sounds delicious, but I can't eat it. I don't know. Sprinkles declares that you pass. Everyone has passed. There are supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Well, now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy.
DJ Dog's in the house.
Awoo. Okay. You know that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Oh, casual clothing. I was gonna say rage face, but not really. Not really a rage face, actually. The rage face emoji. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to fighting the wrongs they did while they were villains. But remember, you actually believe them. Not another haunting.
No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school bylaws.
It was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to notice me. Oh, okay. You were not dead all this time.
Oh, amusing.
Now that everyone's together, it's a spark monster who is totally mellowed out.
Everyone does spark monsters no more. From here on out, I've heard that everyone refers to me by my new name, Party Monster.
Students tries to finish what he had just said, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected student walks off. Well, maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found a love in her cooking, and she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop! Okay, he's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown.
Welcome back, Pop. I know you want to be able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean.
Oh, now I get it.
And we get a new wing of the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Oh.
The music of the dance is interrupted by the school's sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clank who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Wow, he's doing the talking thing. I am Clank. I am not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. But, Nanny. I should feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you return with, or will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't time for you to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. I'm blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she's managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives.
Howdy, classmates.
Everyone is in casual clothing. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. Amazing. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? Okay. That's it? It's just a blatant advertisement. Yeah, I guess the whole thing is an advertisement. Is that it? No? Oh, no, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor.
SighingSlider, what are you doing sitting all alone?
Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance.
I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities that you expect to find in such a lucky person?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few.
It's truly my lucky day. Would you dance with me?
Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you.
And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, SighingSlider.
How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks.
Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself.
But who will help you run your restaurants?
I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running your restaurants is the best path forward?
Could it be? You found a love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef. Oh no! Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing with him his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I can enroll in pastry school.
Oh, my dear SighingSlider, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side.
The end. Okay, that's it. That's one ending, I guess. There you go. Actually, can I skip this part? Because the opening does freeze every time I open the game. It's gonna freeze, I feel like. Oh no, maybe it won't. Please don't. Oh no. It's a weird bug, but like every time it goes to the opening screen, it freezes a little. In fact, it freezes even more actually. Before it only freezes a little bit, but now, yeah, like that. See. It's weird. Okay, good thing I skipped it. Alright. But yeah, there you go. I mean, that's one ending, I guess. That was okay, I guess. You know? There's some moments, some funny moments, but mostly it was pretty fine, you know, for like a weird advertisement for weebs, basically. I don't know, is there any other endings to see? I can continue. I can continue and I guess get a new playthrough? I wonder if we can get a new ending? I'm not sure. Okay, you can go back here, I guess. And you can load and go back to all the checkpoints. You can go back all the way from the first. You can, I don't know, because maybe there is a way to gain his respect, or it seems like, you know, you gain his love, but not his respect. I wonder what that means. I guess you have to find all the secret ingredients, but how do you do that? I wonder. This fall when I opened my first original fried chicken restaurant. Or something small because he reaches into his coat pocket to retrieve something small. It fits snugly in the palm of his hand. As he speaks, he begins to extend his hand toward you. Yes? I want you to visit, and feel free to use this coupon for one complimentary side dish of your choosing, plus a soda upgrade on me. Okay. Places a single paper coupon in your hand. You notice that expires at the end of the year. Gee, thanks. Don't be a stranger. The end. Okay. In the end, we get a coupon. I assume that's the normal ending. You get a free coupon. That's it. Keep it a secret this time. Trust me, yours. I suppose you give me just as only fair. Yes, about that. You see. Yes, Colonel. I haven't been completely honest with you. The secret I told you was a fake. Oh, okay. And so now we do know that it is a fake. Oh no, the ingredient you shared with Miriam, it wasn't true. You're angry for Colonel Sanders for lying, but the fact that you revealed his secret shows that he was probably right to do so. You mean it wasn't one of the real 11 secret herbs and spices? To me, Miriam priceless. Well, I have something to confess. I shared with my Miriam, my bestie. Unfortunately, I already knew this. I was very disappointed now that you come clean and we can start building fellow chefs again. Interesting. Okay. Was our final exam team a purely an act of strategy carried out by two cunning chefs, or was it something more? I'm afraid I can't answer that question directly, okay? Instead, I'd like to ask you a question of my own. May I have this doozy-doo? Okay. Dozy-do, rather. Colonel Sanders extends his hand to you, and you feel a surge of energy jump off the tips of his fingers. Did I read this before? Seems different. His hand, the hand of a master chef, so dedicated to the craft of fine cookery, so tender yet refined, so milky smooth, fingers like finely battered drumsticks, turned in flour, soaked in buttermilk, and dusted with exotic spices. But did not reach for tongs, a knife, or even a spork. Tonight they reach for you. And though our feet may tire of dancing, I believe that this is just the beginning of our steps together. Colonel Sanders, will you not only join me on the dance floor, but in the kitchen, as my co-chef and partner, in both business and in life? Okay, I mean, yeah, this is different. You gasp. Could it be? Is he really saying? Me and you together? Ever since I met you, my dream has changed. It's not enough to simply open the world's greatest chain of fried chicken restaurants. No, even then, my life would be incomplete without you by my side. So, what do you say, partner? I say, I love you. The for real end? Wow, that was a life-changing 3 days. Overwhelmed by everything that just happened between you and Colonel Sanders, you step outside to get some air. The quad is dark and quiet, too quiet. You start to smell something salty, potato-y, ravery. Just then, Spork Monster appears. Oh. Hi, SighingSlider. You have some pretty sweet dancers back there. Why, thank you. You weren't too shabby yourself. That moonwalk you did was pretty cool. Oh, you noticed? I'm so embarrassed. Anyway, I have something to ask you. You see, life with a potato-like creature is difficult. I have no place to call home other than people's nightmares. Oh, I had no idea. I was wondering if I might be able to go home with you permanently. I'll run out and get the paper in the morning and everything. What do you say? Sure, that's useful. My hero, I will forever be in your debt. The end. Seriously though, it really is this time. Okay. Is that the secret ending that was advertised on the store page? Because I think I got it. Alright. I think, because I don't know. That's why I assume. The game, the writer told us, you know, right there, it's the for real, and seriously, it's actually the ending, so I can only imagine we got all the endings. You know, all the endings that involved us dying, basically, or giving up, I guess. The ending where we got a coupon. The ending where we captured Sanders' heart, but not his, you know, business partnership. But the final ending, we do get that as well. So there you go. And we also adopt a Spork Monster. And I guess there's also an alternate dialogue in case we don't want to adopt the Spork Monster, I guess. But, you know, it's probably nothing interesting. We probably just tell him to go home and that's it. I think? Unless I want to go through that all again. Is there like a... If we continue, what happens, actually? Can we go back to that decision we make again? Go back here. Well, let's see, actually. Can we just redo that decision and say no? We could do that. I don't know if it changes anything. But I guess we can do that. Yeah, okay. And this is, yeah, the same scene that we got before. I love you. Happy ending. And Sport Monster. I don't know why. I guess this is the... I guess this is the... what's the word? The payoff, you know? This is the payoff for all the extra playthroughs. You get to adopt Spork Monster. That's the real payoff. I don't know. What happens if I say no? Well, I guess it's the end of the game for me. Bye. The end. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, that's it. All that for just a single extra line. Alright. He just sad and goes home. Okay. I think that's it. I think we explored as much as we can of this really silly game that I don't know what I feel about it. You know, on one hand, it seems, you know, it feels like an indie visual novel, you know, made by like an indie developer or something you find on itch.io or something, but it's actually funded by an actual international corporation. So I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. It's weird. All right. I guess here's the credits. KFC, W plus K. I don't know what that means. W plus K. I don't know. And Psyop. That's the officially, you know, developer on Steam anyway. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Yeah. KFC, dating sim game. Kind of a meme. You know, the characters, I mean, anime and fast food restaurants, you know, like having anime characters, it was kind of a thing actually, like a long time ago. Like someone actually like designed characters based on fast food restaurants, and it kind of became a bit of a meme. And now I guess this is an actual like official meme, sort of, like officially backed up by the actual restaurant, which is funny. But it's funny how like the meme was like really old, but now they actually backed it up with real funding. So it's kind of like a really old meme they try to like revive or something. I don't know. But hey, it was okay, I guess. You know, I feel like they could have done more, but I guess beyond the initial shock, it wasn't really all that much interesting. But again, the character design was interesting though. Like a little like the characters were kind of cool. Ashley in particular is very thick, I gotta say. But anyway, all right. I guess that's it for I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you then.